Abby, More Than Just Skin, and welcome back to my channel, or if this is your first time here, welcome. I'm thrilled you took some time out of your day to spend a little bit of time here with me. I apologize that I am looking a hot mess, but I have been at work all day. This makeup was applied at 6 o'clock and now it is after 6 o'clock. So it has really stood up to the test of time. So in this video today is another one of my what's in my weekly makeup bag. So what I like to do first is go through what was in last week's makeup bag, if I'm carrying anything over, and kind of show you what I'm replacing with this week's makeup bag. So if you're interested in seeing what I used last week and what I thought of it and what I'm going to be using this week, then hit that subscribe button and here we go. Okay, starting with last week's and what I used for, what I used for primer this past week was my Becca Backlight Priming Filter and the JCat H2O Fresh Dewy Base Primer. If you have dry skin and you are looking for a hydrating primer, go to Ulta and get this. I think it comes in under $10. Every time I use it, I am amazed by how good it is. So now that we're talking about uber cheap, let's talk about what I'm going to be using as far as primer goes for next week. And that is going to be probably one of the most expensive items I have in my makeup collection, and that is the Guerlain Laura Primer. This comes in around $80, I think $70 or $80, but it definitely does have some benefits for your skin in it. So this is what I am going to use. It's going to be the only primer that I am going to use for the next week, and we will see at the end if I still love it as much as I think that I do. I'm going to take these two primers and put them up. As far as foundation, and I'm going to quit saying as far as, because I think that is a group of words that I say too much. Okay. For foundation last week, I used the Born This Way foundation and I would mix it with the Bourjois Healthy Mix Serum. This worked well, but one thing I have figured out, I don't love this foundation. It is oil-free. It is a little too dry and a little too matte for my liking. I even contemplated, because Ulta was doing this where they had it on sale, and I contemplated getting the correct shade, because as we can all see, this is not the correct shade, hence the reason I have to mix it. But I just don't really love this foundation, so I decided not to do that. But the foundation I'm wearing today, and one that I really do love, is the Luminous Silk Foundation by Giorgio Armani. I also had to mix it with this because it was a little dark. This is in the shade 6. Like I've said before, my biggest complaint with this foundation is I can't find my shade match. 5.5 is a little too red for me, and 6 is just a little bit too dark, and 5 is too light. So I could probably continue to buy the small size of the 6 and mix it because it does work well. I did mix in my foundation some of the NYX Liquid Illuminator in the Born to Glow. This was kind of a deluxe sample size that I got free. I love this as a mixer, and I actually did not throw in an illuminating mixer, so I'm going to keep this for next week. But the foundation that I am going to be relying on is two different ones. The first is the Ultra HD by Makeup Forever, and you've heard me talk that I have found the perfect dupe for that, and it is the LA Girl Pro Coverage HD High Definition Longwear Illuminating Foundation. What a mouthful. I'm going to switch back and forth between these and really get a good idea that, is this an actual dupe? Is this as good as I think it is? And give you my thoughts at the end of the week if you can leave this and purchase this. Last week I used to conceal around my face, and for the past couple of weeks I have used the Tarte Amazonian Clay Waterproof 12-Hour Concealer. It is this stick. It matches my shirt. And it has just been perfect to conceal around my face, but I wanted to kind of mix it up. So since I'm going in with the Makeup Forever Ultra HD, I decided that I would pull out my stick, which is what I like to use the stick for, is for concealing around my face like any redness. So that is what I'm going to be relying on this coming week. I had two concealers out for last week. The first one was the Naked Naked Skin by Urban Decay. I did not use this one at all. I used it a good bit the week before, and I do still love it. It is a great, great concealer. But the one I used most this past week was this Tarte Creaseless Concealer, this deluxe sample size I got from Sephora. When I first applied this to my skin, the first thing I noticed, or applied it under my eyes, was, wow, this is thick. And I started thinking this might be a better concealer for around my face rather than under my eye, but it blended out beautifully using a damp sponge. I can't get over how good this looked under my eyes. I have it on right now. I've really been wearing it all week, and every time I go to put it on, I think, oh my gosh, this is so thick, it's not gonna work. But it works like a dream, so I do highly recommend this concealer. But I'm replacing the under eye concealer for this coming week with my Flower Beauty concealer. This is the Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer, and I just love this concealer, and so this is going to be the one that I am going to be using the upcoming week. The past few weeks, I have been setting my face with this Milani Prep Set and Glow. A lot of people love this powder. It's okay. I'm wearing it today. It looks fine, but it is definitely not my favorite face powder. It is definitely not my favorite drugstore face powder. It's okay. Would I repurchase it? Probably not, but it's doing a decent job for the price. To set my under eye, I, for the past few weeks, have been using the Cover FX Translucent Powder. I love this powder, especially if you have dry skin. It's talc free, but I honestly, for the past week, have not been using this to set my under eye, and I will show you in a minute what I have been using. But I'm replacing both of those with the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder, pulling this one back out, and then if I need a little more brightness under my eyes, I am using the Cosmic Face Powder in Haze by Stellar. I had this little sample size of it, and I've used it a couple of times, but I'm not exactly sure how I feel about it, so I thought this would be a good opportunity to really decide what I think about this powder. I bronzed my skin up this past week with the Tarte Park Avenue Princess bronzer, and it looks like this. It was just kind of a great color for this time of year. It's a little bit on the darker side, and I really enjoy using it. Plus, it has a little bit of a sheen to it. I'm wearing it right now. But I also had a contour kit this past week, the Kokie Professional Powder Contour Kit, and this is what I actually use to set my under eye, a mixture of these, and I also would use them to carve out my contour. I enjoyed using this a lot this week, and this doesn't break the bank. It comes in around $15 at Walmart, so if you're interested in getting your hands on a good contour book, I suggest heading to Walmart for this baby. Next week, I am planning on pulling from my bronzer stash my Give Me Sun by MAC. This is a great bronzer for this time of year because you can see how warm it pulls. It really gives you that nice, warm, sun-kissed look. And then I'm using something completely new to me. My assistant got this in a FabFitFun box. She's not into makeup, so she gave me her Tarte's Pro Glow Face Palette. I'm super excited to be trying this out. I have not used it really at all. It has some contour shade, it has a cream contour shade, and it has a number of highlighters in here. So this is what I'm going to be using in the upcoming week. Now, I'm also throwing in, though, a couple more highlighters because I'm not always satisfied with the highlighters you get in these kits. So I am throwing in the Lilac Geode by Becca, and also something I have not even tried, the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Bar, and I believe this one was in the shade Earth. This is from the Zodiac collection, and it looks like this. And like I said, I haven't even used it yet, so I'm excited to try that out. The highlighter that I had in my stash for last week, one of them was the Anastasia on Resi. Love this highlighter. It is just this gorgeous, gorgeous gold highlight. It's beautiful. I really don't think I need to say anything else. It's gorgeous. But another highlighter that I had was also by Anastasia, and it was a glow kit in That Glow. And I pulled this out because I really haven't found myself reaching for it much. I'm wearing it today. It's okay, but it's not great. So one of the things I like about doing these videos is it causes me to pull out products I don't like and put them to the side and have them for an upcoming declutter. So this item is going to be going into the pile for a upcoming declutter. To highlight and brighten around my eye area, I have been using for the past few weeks the Hourglass palette. I am replacing that, however, though, with my Wet n Wild Color Icon in Reserve Your Cabana because it is just as good and it is a small fraction of the price. Blush that I have been using the past couple of weeks is this blush palette by e.l.f. and I have to say I've really enjoyed it. These colors really go on well. I'm wearing this pink shade right here today and I've just enjoyed wearing this palette. However, I am going to switch it up so that I can pull out my Tarte Exposed. I haven't worn this in a while. I think it's starting to dry up. I want to see if I need to get rid of it or if it is still good. And then also by Flower Beauty, this is Warm Hibiscus. So I'm pulling this one out to wear as well. So that would be 2 blushes. Last week I had 3 eyeshadow palettes. The first one was my Milani Most Loved Mattes, and this was just kind of the one I wore every day as to get my core eyeshadow put on, and then I would go in with some sort of accent. Today I'm wearing the middle row, which is kind of the mauves and pinks. Love it. It is gorgeous. It's great for drugstore. It's really great for high-end too. I think these are quality eyeshadows. I would also go in on warmer days. I wore warmer looks and go in with my Urban Decay Beached. I would really focus on these warm shades and putting them in my crease and on my lid. For today, however, I am wearing across my lid this Glazing Eye Gloss and Icing by Butter Gloss. This is what it looks like, and I'm wearing it on my eyelid right now if you can see. I think it just gives you that gorgeous kind of wet look. It really is very pretty. I love this so much. And the other palette that I had in, and I never used it, was the Bad Habit by Athena. The Athena Habit by Bad Habit. The Athena palette by Bad Habit. Whoa. And you get this at Hush Beauty, and it's just really gorgeous. You can see how it looks right there. I'm sad I didn't use it, but I didn't. I would keep it in for another week, but you're about to see the palette that I actually broke down and purchased, and I want to use it for a solid week straight. So we're going to put this one up for a little while, but I will come back to this one in the near future. I primed my eyelids last week and the week before, and I think the week before that, with the Bare Minerals 5-in-1 BB Advanced Performance Cream Eyeshadow in Soft Shell. You cannot get these anymore. I'm very sad about that because this was great. I'm switching it out this week with the e.l.f. eyeshadow primer. I love this stuff, and the palette that I'm going to be using is this beauty. So yeah, I broke down, if you saw my Guilty Pleasures wish list, you will have seen that this was on there. I did not need it, but man, did I ever want it. And you can see right here, it is just gorgeous. I've used it a couple of times, just kind of playing around with it, but I wanted to devote a solid week to using it and seeing the different looks I can achieve with it. So I'm excited to try that out. So that will be the eyeshadow palette for the week. I'm also going to be taking out the Pixie Liquid Fairy Lights and Bare Brilliance. I didn't wear this at all this past week, but I am taking that one out as well. The eyeliners that I had in for last week, I have to say I did not use many of them. The only one that I ended up using was the 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in Lucky. Everything else I used shadows to line my eyes, so I'm taking that out. I had in there the CoverGirl Queen Vivid Impact. I'm going to take that out. I had in the Marc Jacobs Fine Liner Ultra Skinny Gel Eye Crayon in Blacker. I'm going to leave that in there because I think that that one might be something that I would need, but I'm also going to take out the Alkaline by Urban Decay. And the ones that I'm putting in for this coming week are the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Eye Pencil in Burgundy Suede, and I'm going to put in the Kat Von D Mad Max Brown Liquid Eyeliner. I've been using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Perfect Brow Pencil almost all summer, and I've decided just to switch it up this week, and I'm putting the Brow Wiz in for this next coming week, but I am going to stay with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I have finished the Voluminous Lash Paradise by L'Oreal. It's time for this to go into an empty. It is just done, done, and done. And for this week, the mascara that I am going to, I never use the Caution by Hourglass, so I'm going to keep that in there, and this is going to be the one I try to focus on, but I'm going to also, if that doesn't work for me, throw in the Buxom Big T's because I know that that is a favorite. I'm also going to keep in the MAC Extended Play for my lower lashes because I just basically cannot get enough. So for lipstick, I relied on, I think 3, and I only have 2 here because one's in my purse. The one in my purse is the Too Faced Birthday Suit, which I'm wearing right now. Love, love, love that lipstick. It is gorgeous. I also wore Georgie Girl by Marc Jacobs a good bit. Love that one, but I'm going to put that one up for the next coming week. I did not reach for the Hourglass one. Should I keep that one? I may keep that one. I'll put that one in for next week and see if I wear it anymore. Oh, one thing I forgot. I put this Nude Sticks Magnetic Luminous Eye Color in Burnished. I didn't wear this one at all, so I'm going to put that back in my stash. I had Nude Vanille, the lipstick for last week. I wore that a good bit. So those were the lipsticks. The lip liners that I wore were Whirl by MAC and Iconic Nude by Trish McEvoy. So I'm trading all those out. Oh, and let's go ahead and go through lip glosses. I have White Russian by Buxom. I had Fuel by Urban Decay. I had the Lip Glow Maximizer by Dior, and then I had a Keep It Full in Prismatic Peach by Milani. So now we are going to show you, I'm going to show you what I am switching out for next week. Okay, so we are going to start with the lip liners, and the 3 lip liners I chose for this week. The first one is by Buxom, and it is in the shade Hush Hush. It's just like this pretty pinky nude. So that's lip liner number 1. Lip liner number 2 is in the shade Beige, and it's just kind of a shimmery beigey shade by NYX. And then last is the Marc Jacobs Cream and Sugar. So those are the 3 lip liners that are going to be what I focus on using this week. I have 3 lipsticks. The first one is Venus Rising, and it is this kind of shimmery pale pink by Tom Ford. So that's going to go in the stash, the makeup bag for this week. The next one is Sable Smoke, and it's just kind of a darker beigey nude, darker than Nude Vanille for sure. I am keeping the Hourglass in True Love Means, which is kind of a peachy color. And then lastly, I picked Blankety by MAC, which is just kind of this perfect nude. So those are going to be the 4 lipsticks for the week and the 3 lip liners. The lip glosses for this week are 3. The first one is the Milani Bare Pink, the Keep It Full lip gloss. The next one is a Becca Champagne Dreams times Bellini. And then lastly, I have this, I think it is in 20 YSL lip gloss. What I set my face with last week and the week before was this Hangover 3-in-1 by Too Faced setting spray, and I'm replacing it with the Urban Decay All Nighter. And y'all, I think that that is it. So this is going to be my makeup for the upcoming week. I have one eyeshadow palette, which I plan to really be able to know next week what I think about the Norvina palette. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing. I would love to have you back here on a regular basis. And as always, I hope this video finds you having a fantastic day and a great week, and I will see y'all soon. Bye, y'all.